Hey maths fans, welcome to this tutorial on converting between mixed numbers and improper fractions. So we're going to first convert from mixed to improper, and then we'll do improper to mixed. So first of all, what is a mixed number? Well, a mixed number is when we have a whole part with a fraction. So in this example, we have two whole ones and 2/3. What does that look like? Well, if we shade these in, two whole ones is going to be fully coloured in, and 2/3 like that. Now, if we think about what that means, a whole one, if we're dealing with thirds, so we're dealing with thirds, then the denominator here is a 3, we're dealing with thirds. So the two whole ones is going to be 3/3 and another 3/3. So that's the two whole ones, 3/3 and another 3/3. Then we've got the fraction part, 2/3. Well, if I want to write that as what we call an improper fraction, 3/3 plus 3/3 plus 2/3, that is 8/3. And I can count them here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8/3. And this number here, 8/3, that's what we call an improper fraction. The top number, the numerator, is bigger than the denominator. So the top number is bigger than the bottom number. We call these improper fractions, or sometimes top-heavy fractions, because the top is heavier than the bottom, and also sometimes called vulgar fractions. And converting them, there's a couple of techniques. One is you can draw these diagrams and then add up what we've got. There is a shortcut though, and I'll show you that now. So if I've got 2 and 2/3, I can draw the diagrams, two whole ones, split into thirds, and then my 2/3. I can do that, or I can use this technique. Multiply the whole part, the 2, by the denominator, that's the 3, so 2 times 3, then add the numerator, then add the 2. So we're going to do 2, the whole part, times the denominator, add the top part, the numerator. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 add 2 is 8. And then the denominator always stays the same. So we end up with 8/3 as our fraction. 2 and 2/3 is equal to 8/3. Okay? Multiply the whole number, 2 times 3, add the numerator. Let's do some examples of that. So here we go. 3 and 1/5. Well, I could draw that out. I could draw 3 whole ones, split them into fifths. Fifths are kind of difficult, but there we go. There's fifths, there's fifths, and there's fifths. So I've got 3 of those. That's 5/5, 5/5, 5/5, and then I've got one more. So I've got one more. So I've got 3 whole ones. 1, 2, 3 whole ones, and 1/5. 5/5 plus 5/5 plus 5/5 plus 1/5 is 16/5. As I say, that works, but I think it's much quicker to use this technique. Multiply the whole number, 3 times 5 is 15, then add 1. So 3 times 5, add 1 is 16. That's my numerator. The denominator stays the same. Another example, 4. Let's go straight to the quick route. 4 times 7 is 28. 28 plus 3 is 31. The denominator stays as a 7. The denominator doesn't change. We're dealing with sevenths there. So there we go. That's a couple of examples. Mixed number to improper fraction. Let's look now going back the other way. So we start with an improper fraction, change it to a mixed number. Now this technique, we could try and draw this We're dealing with thirds, so keep drawing pictures. There's 3/3. Well, I haven't done 10 yet. There's another 3/3, that's 6. There's another 3/3, that's 9. Then I need one more third. And so I've got 3 whole ones and 1/3. Now, again, that's quite a long way round, so I much prefer to basically treat this like a division sum. 10 over 3, this line here means divide. It means 10 divided by 3. How many 3's in 10? And if I count up in 3's, 3, 6, 9, I get 3 whole ones, 3 3's go into 10, and there's 1 left over. The remainder goes up here. So think of it like that. How many 3's go into 10, and what's the remainder? 3 3's goes into 10, 1 is the remainder. So basically, treat it like a division sum. It's that easy. How many of the bottom number go in the top? How many 2's go into 11? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There are 5 2's in 11 and 1 left over. The denominator will stay the same. Here, how many 4's go into 13? 4, 8, 12. There's 3 and 1 left over, and the denominator stays the same. So there's a couple of examples of that. Now here's 2 for you to try. We'll ignore the calculator bit for a minute. Here's 2 for you to try. Convert a mixed number, 11 over 4, and convert an improper fraction to convert a mixed number to an improper fraction. So pause the video now, have a go at these 2 questions. Okay, and your answers are here. How many 4's go into 11? It's 2, remainder 3, and it stays as over 4. The improper fraction, 5 times 4 is 20, plus 3, 23. The 4 stays the same on the bottom. Alright, that is converting improper fractions into mixed numbers.